Typically, passive wealth management, managed by an investment advisor like myself, may cost around 1% a year. By contrast, a typical active wealth manager, who's forecasting and speculating, will charge anywhere between 1% and 2% per year. Then you've got fund fees, and then product fees, or custodian fees, which can be 0.3%. And then there's trading fees on top of that. The FCA recently did a study that suggested actively managed portfolios might incur additional fees at around 0.3%. Again, and that's just in trading. If you then employ a glossy, expensive network with plush offices up and down the country, you have to think about all of the additional people that need to be paid. There's the advisor like me, but then there'll be an area manager and an area director, and then a board of directors, and the train goes on. These networks can charge 5 or even sometimes 6% as initial fees just to bring you on board, and you can't always see them. So you need to be careful there. By comparison, if you're on the indexing side, you're looking at advisor fees, lower cost fund fees, and reduced platform fees, and you might be coming in at about 1.3% a year. I think you can carry that, especially if you're in an equity portfolio which is doing 10% and beating inflation at around 5%. There's still a solid return in that for you. In a recent IMA report, that's an Investment Managers Association report, it showed there was around 5.7 trillion invested in the UK, a huge amount of money. According to that report, 68% of the money was actively managed, around 4 trillion. If we give active managers credit and say 20% of those investments are working, it still leaves 3.2 trillion that would have been better off passively managed. Thinking about the fees on that 3.2 trillion, in my opinion, it is costing around 2% more than it should. So that's £64 billion every year, which is going to high cost investment management, high cost investment products, and high cost investment funds. I call this the £64 billion problem. Our mission is to start moving that 64 billion in exorbitant fees back to its rightful owners by encouraging more and more people to move towards our type of model on the indexing side of the pendulum. This is a really serious problem, especially considering the amount of people about to retire and their expected mortality rates, which have improved greatly. People are now expected to live well into the 90s. Will they be able to get through that window of retirement, living a great life where they will see living costs rise 3, 4, or who knows, maybe even 5 times, and be able to do all the things they want to do and never run out of money? That's before leaving a legacy to children. I want to leave you with a final thought to illustrate this further. If you have £250,000 in your pension and you're invested over a 30-year window, with a 5% net return, you'll end up with approximately 1.1 million. If that figure dropped by 2% and you reduced your return to 3%, your £250,000 pension fund would only grow to £615,000. That's over £500,000 worth of difference, which you could have used to live a great life in retirement, or pass to your children. You cannot underestimate how much of an impact the cost of fees has on an investment over a long period of time. If your money is actively managed, it will be contributing towards a great life, possibly just not yours. It will certainly be the investment managers, the investment networks, or the funds or investment bankers. Whoever it is, someone will be dining out. It just might not be you.